so much for joining me for tonight's video of how Travis Etienne will power Clemson past the LSU Tigers down in New Orleans. Yes, that's their home. I know it's Baton Rouge. I'm Bobby Dirkens. If you never stopped by here before, take your shoes off. Just don't put your nasty feet in my couch. Lord, don't grope my wife's rear end. And don't smoke in my house or say the F words in front of my youngins. I don't feel like explaining to the preacher why they're saying the F word. Thanks so much for joining me. A bunch of y'all already fumbling in here. Like I said, I got $300 bills, and you coming in just taking a stack here and there, making mama happy. Oh, what a great time. In about 6 days, the national championship will be on live. It's a game for the ages. I mean, this is for me. I mean, you got to think, Clemson's been in the national championship a whole hand's worth of years in a row in the college football playoff. And no matter what conference they play in, no matter what has been said against them, I mean, my God, you got to remember the year that we won the national championship with Deshaun Watson. We had the #1 ranked schedule, and guess what? It still didn't matter. People was going, hey, Bob, Bama's still going to win, aren't they? Yeah, y'all are losing. And we won! So it doesn't matter whether we play a pissy little schedule, we play a great schedule, we play an in-betweeny schedule. People are still looking to us, just telling us, you know, what piss buckets we are. Listen, I'm going to say a quick may there to a bunch of people who's fumbling in here. And from there, I'm going to talk about Travis Etienne and all the great things. I'm going to tell you right now, some people's already giving me super chats right now. And I don't know what y'all were doing, but I ain't going to stop you. Let's go ahead and say may there to everybody. Now I'm getting those super chats. 35 people's already in here. 14 thumbs up. There's 35. If I count my toe and carry the piggy, there's about, well, there's 37. There's 23 thumbs up it should be in here. Go ahead. So let me see who's in here. The Birdman, Sean D, Tiger Nate. I tell you, that's a big old boy. Don't ever piss off Tiger. I'm a big boy. I don't care. Tiger Nate will kill you. He's a big old dude. Good to see you. Brogdon Paramuha. It's good to see you, buddy. Little CC7. May there to you. Luke Godwin. Tiger Raven 2018. Joey Carroll. Go Tigers. He said, finally caught one. He's a big LSU fan, buddy. I'm glad you're in here. May there to you. College football, that's it really. Jacob Grigg. Luke Jones. Looks like we're headed for World War III. Let me tell you right now, I don't care if they're a Gamecock or they're from Iran. I'm going to whip their... I ain't going to say that. Anyway, but you get the picture. Patrick Connor says Etienne hasn't been impressive. Clemson Tigers is in here. Go Washington Huskies. Luke Jones. Clemson Carson. Emory Craft. Complete Control. Let me see. Clemson Carson. There's a bunch of you in here. Adam Harrison. He said, we love you, brother. We need to get you, let's get you on ESPN. Well, if you can do it, you do it. They'll finally have some good stuff on there. Brian Scruggs. Boll Weevil. That's one of my favorite names of all time. Imagine this, that there is something called a boll weevil, which there actually is. But somehow, if you get to acting bad, it gets into your hair. Then it crawls inside your skull. I torture my kids with that all the time. That's why they're so good. So glad you're in here, buddy. Emory Craft, Greg Larkin, James Jackson, LSU Scooter, 6 o'clock Glock, James Baskins. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see all of you in here. There's a bunch of you that's joining in. I'm telling you, you're showing up like you got herpes, and I might just have the antidote. I'm glad you're in here. May there to you. All of Yolanda Banks, my old buddy in here. Oh, Yolanda, I tell you right now, I feel like right now I could send a message to Yolanda and say, you know what? Oh, Bobby ain't feeling well. I need some soup and maybe some sandwiches. I believe she'd hop in her car or vehicle, she'd get it, and she'd come up here and bring me that. Thank you so much, Yolanda. All right, super chats, and I swear that I'm getting into this, but when people say, I want to donate to your channel, how am I going to turn my head to that? Am I communist? Let's go in here. First and foremost, go Washington Football. Go Washington Football. It's one of my buddies. He's out there in Seattle. He's a big Tennessee fan, so he's a Tennessee fan, but a Washington fan too. He's got great tickets. I tell you this all the time. He sends me pictures of his seats there in Washington. He's actually sitting in that upper deck where it's covered. Lord, I'd love to have that, especially either when the snow's beating down or the Suns beating down. Thank you for your $5 super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know I appreciate you. Thank you, go Washington Huskies. Go Washington Football. And then next, Michael Fornbacher, he says, keep the videos coming. Michael's out there in Las Vegas. I actually got a cousin out there in Las Vegas. He sucks at poker. That's why he actually cleaned the streets at night. Thank you so much, Michael Fornbacher. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate everybody who donates to the big channel. Bobby Dirkens has it here. Washington Husky says it's supposed to snow the next 4 days. Yeah, on Christmas Day, it was 65 degrees in the upstate of South Carolina. That sucked. Really sucked. Okay, so here we go. For the season of Travis Etienne, we're talking about a powerful runner who last season amassed 1,650-something yards rushing. He was averaging about 8 per carry. Carried the ball as many times as he did last year. But one thing that's really happened to Travis Etienne, those tent revivals, where those people were praying for you, and at the end, if you really believe the Lord, guess what? You could be healed. It's like the Lord has touched his hands. This youngin's coming out of the backfield like somebody has set his underwear on fire in the crotch, area. And he comes out there, he's catching everything. He's kind of like my 3-year-old who catches everything from the pink eye to the flu to the goober rot. Fill it in there, he's catching it, okay? He has really stepped up his game. He wants to appeal to the pros. He wants the pros to see him as a first-round possibility. And if you're a running back who can run really well, the next element to your game is catching that flipping football. And this year he's done quite well with it. Where he really showed out of all stages was in the first round of the playoffs. Now, I'm going to give you his stats running the ball against Ohio State. Very good line. He had 10 attempts for 36 yards. Only 3.6. Not even close to his 8-yard average per carry. 1 touchdown. 3 receptions for 98 yards and 2 touchdowns. And one of the longest touchdowns of the game, except for Trevor Lawrence running that 67-yard touchdown. Yeah, I know, hell froze. They were actually holding ice capades down there. 3 plays, 98 yards, against a team who has possibly the best cornerback in the country, Oduka, who has possibly the best defensive lineman in the country, Chase Young. And we were told leading up to that there would be hair-lip people making sense before y'all would do anything incredible against them. And we see 3 receptions, 98 yards, 2 touchdowns, finished the game with 3 touchdowns overall. Yeah. So what does that have to do with this LSU game? LSU has some stout cornerbacks, but guess who they're covering? Wide receivers. They're not, rarely if ever, do you see a cornerback covering a running back. You don't see it. I wish this was real beer, but it's not. Daddy needs a drink. So in this last game, one of the complaints that I had about Clemson versus Ohio State is that, well, at the end of the day, our wide receivers were non-existent. We had one big play by Amari Rodgers, and that was it. I know, T got hurt. Who cares? T got hurt. I hate it. I do care, but I'm just saying, T got hurt. Ross was not even near the ball game. I love Justin Ross. Amazing story from last year. Crazy stats from last year. Freak of an athlete. He almost didn't even dress that game. I mean, if you'd have told me, he didn't play in that game, I would be like, yep, believe it. 100%. It was that bad. So basically, 2 individuals beat Ohio State on the offensive side of the ball. What about that player, that call? I'm not talking about the player call. They wouldn't. That didn't deal with them. I'm talking about two individuals actually took Ohio State and beat them. How does that transcend to LSU? How does that go from, oh, he did good against them, and he has this many rushing yards. We know what he's done in the past, but we're talking about today. If LSU locks down on our wide receivers, and they have the cornerbacks, this is going to be a good battle. If you want to watch a good football game, this is a game to watch. Don't go back to the last time LSU was in the national championship. That was 2011, when they lost 21-0 in one of the most boring games in the history of time against Alabama. This is going to be a fight. Of course, I believe my guys are going to win, but I don't think what we saw last year where Clemson comes out there and wins by 28 points and shocks the world, I don't believe that's going to happen in this game. I'd love for it to happen. Lord, it'd settle my nerves and probably my bowel system. It's not going to happen in this game. This is going to be a fight. So where does Etienne come into this? Do I think he can run the ball? I think he will run the ball some, but I think where he's really going to hurt LSU is the passing game. Because he's going to get some matchups that he really wants. I think he's going to get some matchups with some linebackers who's going, we can cover him. And then he burns you. He's going to have some matchups with maybe a safety who's a little too confident. Yeah, you got good secondary players. But don't be surprised if he sneaks out of the backfield. He catches the ball, he makes one man miss, and then it's a race to the finish. I actually believe on the running side, and somebody just said this, I said that he will actually run the ball better against LSU. Because, listen to me, I have respect for LSU. I'm not one of these morons on here saying I ain't got no respect for it. It's like I'm in out here huffing paint out of a sock and I got a paint ring around my nose. I'm not. I might look like I might have, but I'm not. But I'm telling you, he is going to run the ball better against them than what he did against Ohio State because it is hilarious that, and that's not an earthquake, I just accidentally kicked my camera. Nobody wants to accept this, but I am telling you the truth. Right before our ball game with Ohio State, they were talking about how are we going to stop Chase Young. There's no way you're going to stop Chase Young. Chase Young is the #1 draft. He's the man. He's got this. It's not only his first step that's fast, it's his second. And it's all this. He's a great athlete. I'm not taking away from that. What exactly did he do the other night? Waiting. Did we triple team him? No. Did we double team him? No. Might have chipped him here and there. We left one guy to dominate him. SEC Dog says, who is Ohio State? Well, apparently to majority of the nation, better than LSU leading into that game. Then we beat them, and then all of a sudden, because LSU goes and beats up on a team who has a quarterback who's not a passer, he's an okay passer, who has mannequins for a defense, and they run up the score on them, all of a sudden, we suck. Ohio State sucks even more because they lost to the team that only beat UNC by 1 point. And now LSU should just go ahead and be crowned the national champions. That's false. I'm not sitting here telling you that Clemson's going to go in, and for sure they're going to hammer and dominate LSU. I believe it's a toss-up, but I do believe my team pulls it out. I'm looking at LSU with great respect, but we still have to be realistic. It's like for Clemson, if the game comes down to a kick and we're down by 1 and our guys has to hit a 30-yard field goal, you can go ahead and give the trophy. We won't even line up for it. Go ahead and give the trophy to LSU. We're going to lose that darn ball game because our kicking game sucks butthole. It's like leaking the toilet. I'd rather lick a toilet in a South Carolina rest stop, probably has AIDS and God knows what growing up under it, than I would sit and watch our kicking game. The truth is, though, the truth is, I believe our team wins this game, but coming back to Etienne, Etienne is going to be a major factor in this game. Now, if our wide receivers get involved, if our wide receivers come out and play like they've been playing all season, like they did all last season, counting the playoffs, you might actually see him bust a couple of longer runs. But the point here is, Travis Etienne has the athleticism to run through somebody. But the new added development of this season, him catching the ball and catching it well and taking off, I think that's where we're going to see a difference here. That's where I see the change with Etienne's game. That's what makes him a first-round draft pick. And I believe this game, if it has to come down to him and Trevor again, they can do it. Because though we respect Joe Burrow and Hilaire and Chase and Jefferson and Moss, you have to respect the offense of Clemson. And if you don't, that's your first mistake. I'm going to go through here and I'm going to say, may there to a few people. I just got to Go Tigers, big old LSU fan, huge LSU fan. He's in here, he said, I said last year I'll always be a Clemson fan because of what they did to Bama this year. It'll be a good one for sure. He just donated $5 to the show. Thank you, Go Tiger. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming on here and having class. Listen, you should believe in your team 100%. Y'all look amazing. I should believe in my team 100% because they look amazing. Because of what they're doing. Because of what they're doing. How hard they're working. But I am telling you, my friend, I do appreciate that. Thank you for supporting the show. Quick Q&A is at 17-minute mark. Got 86 of you in here. There's 36 thumbs up. Y'all go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that too. I appreciate it. Stephen Morrow says, may there hate Go Tigers. Somebody said we're going to have to get a good pass rush on Burrow. You're right. If we sit back, if you give any quarterback 3 to 4 seconds to throw the ball, you're done. That's just like the ABCs of football. Jordan says you aren't putting the S on Burrows anymore. Every now and again I do it, just piss people off. Proud of you, brother. Thanks for being real. Adam Harrison, good to see you. Rob Man, Tiger fan. Go Tigers. Anybody got any questions you like to drop? Paul Dukes just dropped $2 on me. Thank you so much, Paul. Paul, I think we might have talked one time, but made there to you. Thank you so much for supporting the show. I just get on here and be raw. I just get on here and be real. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Paul, for your $2. When the doctor clears me, I'll drink that beer for you. Thank you so much. Major Hollenbach says, do you hate the Texas Longhorns? No, I think they're one of the most underachieving football teams in college football right now. Them and the Georgia Bulldogs. I mean, I don't know how you could be in that state and be as bad as they are. In the conference they're in. So I don't have a problem with them. I'm just disgusted by them. All right. Joey Carroll says, is this fake news on the ET death threats? I've heard from multiple people from different sources that there was death threats to his mom. I think it was just somebody drunk out there drinking too much Bayou water. Adam Harrison says, you think LSU is a tougher opponent than Bama in our last meetings? Okay, let's stop right there. That's a great question. I'll end with that one. I'm going to close her down in 30 seconds and I'm done. Unless somebody donates $100 on here, I'm done. I'm going to have to go. And I appreciate everybody. Ryan Mello, may there to you, buddy. Let me go back to your question. I think this is a tougher opponent than Bama in our last meetings. Okay, I can answer that question. Right now, a lot of people have short memory spans. A lot of people right now are forgetting the past I'd like to say 3 out of the 4 years. That 1 year we met them with Kelly Bryant, we were not that strong. Kelly is a great athlete. He's not a quarterback. Just because you can throw the ball a little bit, complete the ball here and there. Oh, didn't he throw for 400 yards against Wyoming? And they lost, didn't they? So I'm going to be careful there. And I'm not going to dog Kelly. He's a really good football player. He is not a quarterback. We lost that. But when we had Watson, we lost the first time we played Alabama 45-40. People said there was no way you're going to score all those points on them, and we did. Lost, but we did. Next year, turn around, play Watson. Oh, it's one of the greatest teams Alabama's ever had, and yada, yada, yada. We beat them. Then, of course, we'll lose with Kelly. We go back last year. Oh, a freshman quarterback hasn't won since that Oklahoma quarterback back in the 80s. It's not going to happen. This is the greatest team ever, possibly. Then we make them look bad in front of God and everybody. LSU looks really, 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 really good. They really look good. The problem that I have with them is their defense. Oh, they got good. They got good. Remember, they recruit well. So does Georgia, and look at them. I'm sorry, LSU. I shouldn't have went that far. I never mean to insult you that bad, that you're Georgia. A lot of talent, a lot of mouth, very little results. But I would say this. This is what I would say. You have to have more than really good corners to stop them. We got some good players on our defense, but let's just talk about our offense. I believe just based off of our offense versus their defense, we win this game. We win the game because of that. We win the game because their defense is not as good as ours. We will get some stops. It's going to shock the whole world. People are sitting there, just like they did last year, going, you will not stop Tua. You will not stop Jerry, Judy. That's an Andy Griffith reference. You won't stop Ruggs. You won't stop Waddle. You won't stop this person. You won't stop that person. You're not stopping. And we stopped them. As I said, I don't expect us to come out and dominate like we did in that game. I don't. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and celebrate over spilt milk, but what I will say to you is every time you tell Brent Venables that, oh, no, you don't, and every time you tell Clemson's team, oh, no, you don't, they go and at worst win another 14 games. If they can figure out, you got to think the quarterbacks also that Brent Venables has stopped. Tua. A lot of people's lost a lot of respect. They're so in the present right now, they forget the very recent past. Like, so recent it matters. Past. Of Tua being the man. Okay? That's one thing. Next thing, he has stopped Baker Mayfield twice. Okay? There's no big deal with him and Baker Mayfield. He stopped him. And though Joe's doing great, at the end of the day, I'm not talking about college. I'm talking about overall. Baker is a different player than Joe. I'm not saying he's better, but kind of. Forget the stats. But you can take this to the bank. Brent Venables has his work cut out for him. He has his work cut out for him, but I can promise you that he's not sitting there not sleeping at night. He's working on it. He's working on his team because we are where we're at for the first time. Oh, yeah, Adam, you're right. Lamar Jackson, we stopped him. We stopped him when they were number 3 in the country. And you remember, we played the number 1 schedule, and I'll end with this. We played the number 1 schedule in the country, won every one of them. Went to that game, national championship, going, yeah, but we don't think they can beat it. So whether we play a tough schedule or not, we're already being told you can't beat them. That's good. Listen, everybody, I will tell you, I'll answer this real quick. Go Tiger said, you think the score could be 40-plus points for both teams? I'm not going to give my score, but yes. Yes. All right, I'm closing off 25 minutes. I'm done. There's 94 in here, 54 thumbs up. Go ahead, hit a like button. Hit the subscribe button. Turn on notifications. It lets you know when I come on here. I sure do appreciate it. I've had so much fun. Thank you all over here. All you good LSU fans, good luck to you. All you Clemson fans, go the Real Tigers. I appreciate it. I'm Bobby Dirkens. You keep showing up. I'll keep showing up.